Gonna be the first person to get a 0 and wonder what.
It's crazy because they give you 4 for writing your name.
Yeah.
But you got a flag down.
Oofside.
Everyone but the center. Offense.
You're listening to Oofsides on Track and Turf Media.
Talking about playoffs?
But they are who we thought they were.
Who's gonna win it all?
Football.
And who is Dunyan Rings?
You play to win the game.
Live from the Dieter Brock studio.
Don't let these tears fool you. There's all dog around this mug.
Here's the crew that's bringing it all to you.
Welcome to Oofsides. We're here. We're straight.
No.
Adjacent.
No.
Sort of. I don't know.
We're late. My cat's attacking the fucking shower curtain. Why are you doing this now, right when we start recording? Anyway, how you guys doing today?
Nothing ever happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat Arby's.
Yep.
This episode's brought to you by Arby's.
Arby's. It's food.
It's brought to you by Rax. You can eat there.
You can get your vasectomy there.
It's like being served a roast beef sandwich, and you're just like, "Whoa!" And they're like, "All right, now there is a catch to that." So yeah, last week or 2 weeks ago actually, because time is a social construct. We talked about, like, man, think of how fun like a Bills Commies Super Bowl would be. So fittingly, we got the exact opposite of that.
Nothing ever happens.
No. Fun is prohibited. You will watch Chiefs Eagles and you will enjoy it. Now prepare to prepare to digest your processed football slop. Reminds me of a while back, like when me and my friends were going camping like 10 years ago, and we went shopping at Walmart, which is something I never do. And we were just like buying groceries and shit. And in the cheese aisle, they had like the like craft singles and then the store brand version. But much like Dreyer's ice cream, they can't legally call it cheese. And so it was called like pasteurized cheese flavored food product is what it said on like the Walmart brand craft singles.
Oh my god.
And I was like, somebody saw this say cheese flavored food product and was like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna get.
That reminds me. Shout out to Postum. You know
So what?
Yeah,
Postum. It's like
Postum.
coffee, but it's not coffee. It was invented by CW Post. It is a grain beverage powder, popular as a coffee substitute. And if you Google Postum, the website says the hot beverage with warm memories. It's just a beverage.
Postum is a powdered roasted grain beverage popular as a coffee substitute. Yeah, how about that? I've never heard of this before. Yeah, because it's funny because they list coffee as a flavor. It's not the original.
They have coffee flavored Postum.
All right.
Incredible. Just like how we have bullshit flavored football.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should get into that, shouldn't we?
Yeah. The Bills were the winners of the 2024 Kansas City Invitational Sweepstakes and were the team tasked with preventing them from reaching a third straight Super Bowl. Based on previous matchups, Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes may as well be switches, with Allen dominating in the regular season and becoming submissive to Mahomes come playoff time. With a 1-point lead going into the fourth, it seemed like this could finally be the big breakthrough the Bills have been looking for. But after a controversial turnover on downs and a Chiefs touchdown, Buffalo once again found itself short of the ultimate goal and became the first team to allow over 30 points to Kansas City on the season. Same old song and dance, nothing ever happens, yada yada yada. Chiefs 32, Bills 29.
I did not think that we were going to get Josh Allen x Patrick Mahomes fan fiction to start, but you're only getting that here on Oofsides.
100% accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So much for me talking about how the Bills just seem different this year, huh? Once again, Matthew is continuously wrong in the playoffs.
Yeah, they were different because they lost in the championship round instead of the divisional round this year.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll talk about the Bills first because this is I think the way they put it on fittingly, heed the call, was the Bills needed to heed the call because this game drove me crazy to watch because you had a point in this game where James Cook was absolutely Ziggy, can you stop attacking the shower? What are you doing? Just these super loud thuds in the background. You had James Cook was completely unstoppable in the second half of this game. So fittingly, when Josh Allen got the ball with 3 minutes left to play, down 3, they didn't run it a single time. I don't know what we're doing here. That's frustrating. Josh Allen didn't play as sharp as he has all year. Still had some, had some Josh Allen magic in him. But you had that. And then, of course, the fourth down play where he chucks up a fucking Hail Mary and he hits Dalton Kincaid in the hands and he fucking drops it. You have to have that. You can't drop that in that situation.
The craziest part, too, is, I think everybody and their mother knew prior to that play that Steve Spagnuolo was going to draw up an all-out blitz. And even when he did, and Josh Allen had 6 guys coming towards him at Mach fuck, the fact that he still managed to get that ball off and managed to hit a receiver, I think because that play was not successful, the effort required to even get to that point is going to be forgotten about.
Dude, yeah. It drives me crazy that you have... there's a really good metaphor I heard a while back where people will judge a football game based purely on the stat box and not actually watching it, and it's... are you listening to the music or are you reading the sheet music? And a prime example was on this play. I believe it was, I think it was Mac Hollins was wide open. But people were like, why did Josh throw it his way? And it's like, I don't know, because he had 8 fucking Chiefs in his face. He literally couldn't see him. Josh Allen did everything he could on that play. And, I mean, yeah, it's a Hail Mary. I don't want to go super hard on Dalton Kincaid, but at the same time, you have to fucking come up with that, especially when it hits you in the hands. There's just no excuse at that point.
If your game is coming down to a Hail Mary, you really don't deserve to win anyway.
Yeah. But now that that's out of the way, gotta talk about the obligatory Chiefs bullshit.
The elephant in the room.
It drives me up the fucking wall, and I said this 2 weeks ago, that we're gonna hear Patrick Mahomes go, "Oh, we don't get favorable calls," when you absolutely do. And the 2 plays on this game, or in this game, that just or I should say, just the mainly the one, is the fourth down call, and this is baffling to me. I don't understand. Nobody knows how this happens. But you have a fourth down sneak on 4th and 1, and you have 2 officials, and they both spot it differently. And how do you decide which one gets the call, right? Because it seems like it's the one who makes the definitive call on where to spot the ball, who also didn't have as clear of a view of it as the other official, got to make that call specifically because he got to the ball first. And if that's the protocol, what the fuck are we doing? Not to mention, you have everybody on the broadcast, including the rules analyst who's there specifically to analyze shit like this, says this is a first down, and then it doesn't go first down. And it literally changes the game. What are we doing here?
The thing with that, too, is as soon as that was called the way it was, I knew the Chiefs are going to score on that drive. And they went right down the field and just carved up the Bills' defense and took the lead, never looked back.
Just, maddening. I don't understand
the
how...
year of our Lord 2025, and we're still measuring a football with 60-year-old guys wearing glasses and using index cards.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Use the dicker rod, goddammit.
True.
This is the thing that drives me crazy, right? Is so, like, we have microchips in the footballs. I know there's logistical issues on, if you put microchips in the balls, what happens when Mike Evans gives them to fans, all that shit. I don't really care. The NFL has unlimited money. I really don't give a shit about that.
They're a multi-billion-dollar corporation. They're not hurting for money at any point anywhere.
They'll be fine. Yeah.
No, little known fact. If the ball leaves the stadium, even in the hands of a little kid, it turns into an explosive device.
Yeah, you know what? Just make it explode. Like,
exactly.
But so, like, okay, the thing that drives me crazy is people be like, oh, but if we put a microchip in the ball, it's only in one spot, and then you have to put it blah, blah, blah in, like, every car. No, you don't. Like, the chip is a reference point. You have a gyrometer in it that determines orientation, and then you just measure the fucking, like, we know the dimensions of the ball, and you just measure where the tip of the football is from that point, and you can get accurate and fucking measurements down to the millimeter. We have the technology to do this. Why aren't we doing this?
They use it in other sports. They literally use it in race cars. It's a thing. It's been there. It already exists. And they won't use it.
I have to buy a scoring monitor for my BMX bike to run nationals this year, and the NFL can't figure this out.
That will be relevant again during the dues later. So
my bicycle is about to have more technology than the fucking method that the NFL uses to measure first downs.
And I know it's plausible deniability in that I think there's at least a small kernel of truth in the NFL directing games in their own way, in that if they intentionally hire shitty referees, they can bend the game in a different way and just let the referees take the brunt of it. It's like how Angel Hernandez was defended for so long by the Umpires Association.
Yeah.
It's if you make somebody look bad, it takes all the attention away from everybody else that's in charge.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
God, I just forgot what I was about to say.
Who was it from the Referees Association this week? Because I think he was asked about that, about the referee calls, and he said something about it being ridiculous that 138 referees could all collude for one team or some shit. And it's like, do you really think that's as ridiculous as you think?
Also, nobody mentioned that, 7 are only working at a time?
Yeah.
I mean, in the case that we're talking about, it only takes one.
Yeah.
Because one official overrided the other one. So, just saying. I mean, fucking Tim Donaghy, the NBA ref, like, we all know about the 0-2 Western Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
It took one official to fuck over the Saints in 2018.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
it took one official to have the Fail Mary happen.
Look at what happened to Pat Hoberg as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just maddening.
I don't understand.
It's frustrating that you can go through an entire season and it comes down, like, obviously the entire game doesn't come down to that, but that is a hugely pivotal point. What am I talking about? Pivotal point in the season, and we can't get it right. You know, it's just absurd. And I think the worst part about it is, like, it makes us, in a way, take away from the Chiefs, because the fact that they can do this, they can find a way to stymie and confuse one of the most explosive offenses in the league and make Josh Allen revert back to, like, past form. And, you know, like you mentioned, Dewey, when they got that fourth down call to go their way, they immediately go down and score and capitalize on it. Like, that in and of itself is worthy of praise, because, like, as much as we shit on them, the Chiefs are a an extremely good football team. Like, clutch performance and the way they always find a way is extremely impressive. It's just fucking maddening.
The Bills didn't do enough to win, but the referees also influenced the outcome of the game. Both of those things can be true. And I feel like that's the same thing we also said after the Texans game.
It comes down to, I want to say it was I think it was a Bill Cowher quote. Was it a Bill Cowher or Bill Belichick? But it was, we have to play better than the ref's ref.
Yeah.
You know?
At the end of the day, yeah. You can't rely on the referees to keep you in a game.
Yeah.
Whether it's the right call or not.
You have to be the better team.
Yep. And it's like how we opened this, is that the entire time this rivalry has existed, all we've ever wanted to see is the Bills to have the ball at the end of the game. And they had that, and then they blew it, you know?
Yep.
The Bills defense got Patrick Mahomes off the field, and then the offense dropped the ball. So,
where do they go from here?
I don't know. That's the, like,
I feel like this was it. This was the one they had to win.
Yeah. I think they're always going to be a contender as long as Josh Allen's there, but I don't know what you do to get over the hump. I really don't. You know, they made the big acquisition at the trade deadline to get Amari Cooper. That didn't help them. They have 2 great running backs. That didn't help them. You know, they refreshed this defense and they played great all year. That didn't help. Like, I don't know what you do at this point. I don't know what you can do differently.
Potential hot take. Do they make a head coaching change next year? It's
Maybe.
too late in this cycle, but
Yeah.
if they don't get over the hump next year and make the Super Bowl, is that it for Sean McDermott with the Bills?
I just wonder what you do that's better than Sean McDermott. Because you look at his resume, I'm pretty sure Andy Reid's the only coach that's won more games in the last 8 years.
Josh Allen has the most playoff wins by a quarterback that's never made the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, this is the only quarterback and coach to lose to the same team in the playoffs 4 times.
They just keep running into the same goddamn buzzsaw. They just haven't figured out a way to turn the buzzsaw off yet.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I genuinely don't know where you go from here.
They'll be back in the playoffs next year at the very least, but
without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, I would bet on this being the AFC title game again next year.
Probably.
Will it be the same end result, though? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Nothing ever happens.
5th time's the charm, baby.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, I guess we can call the Super Bowl the Kansas City Invitational as well now. Even though it's not
just
Kansas
hold it
City.
in Arrowhead at this point.
Yeah. Buy your
Playing
tickets
for the-
next year, Chiefs fans. Get ready.
Playing for the Brady Trophy.
God. Well, I guess we'll move on to the next one because the Chiefs will be playing another football team because that is how football works. When they get
Is it?
there. It is, surprisingly.
Source.
Me. Philadelphia, the birthplace of a nation, the city of brotherly love, the only place in the U.S. where its police forces have to regularly grease the light poles to prevent rowdy Eagles fans from scaling their way up them. The site where 100,000 Philly faithful took to the streets with a chorus of Go Birds chants that were delightfully accompanied by errant police sirens in the distance. The location of where its favorite sports team pushed around the upstart Commanders, forced 4 turnovers, and dropped a 50 burger. History repeats itself once again as the team named after the majestic eagle, a symbol of American excellence, crushed those commies in red after it looked so promising. Eagles 55, Commanders 23. Man, nothing ever happens.
I was expecting this, but still.
Yeah.
Man.
So,
oh god.
Just a couple notes. First, meant to mention this in the Chiefs part, but this was the 17th straight win for the Chiefs in 1 possession games, which is the most ever.
Okay.
But then for the Eagles, this was the first 50-point game in the playoffs since the Chiefs beat the Texans in 2019, and it's the most points in a conference title game in NFL history.
Jesus Christ.
The Eagles also had 7 rushing touchdowns in this game, which was tied for the most ever in a playoff game with the 1940 Bears, who also played against Washington. So the Commanders franchise is responsible for the only 2 7 rushing touchdown games in the history of the playoffs.
Yeah, this game felt pretty much over as soon as it started because it opened with a 19-play Commanders drive where they went for it on 4th down, I'm pretty sure twice.
You did.
And then kicked a field goal, which is kind of annoying, but at the same time, it's like, all right, you got that far, take the points.
That
Very
was a
next
great
play,
drive, though.
yeah, very next play from scrimmage, 40-yard Saquon Barkley touchdown.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, it's got to be maddening when you, like, methodically work your way down the field, and then the Eagles are just like, oh, here, Saquon, just go. And he's like,
Well,
okay.
And then right after that, De'Ami Brown fumbled it, and the Eagles scored right after that. And so it was 14-3, like 10 minutes into the game, and it was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was the biggest, like, killer for the Commies in this game was the fumbles. Because people pointed out, last time they played, the Commies turned it over 5 times and still won. That wasn't going to happen again. And all 3 of those fumbles... What was that?
I said there were 4 turnovers in this game by them.
Yeah, they fumbled it 3 times, and then Jaden Daniels threw an interception, and every single one of those fumbles felt absolutely crushing.
That fumble on the kickoff in the second quarter was what did it.
Mm-hmm.
It was honestly a game until that point, and that was the decider.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cut it to 14-12. It was like, oh shit, it looked bad early, but they're trying now. Maybe they can keep themselves in this. And then that happened, and it was up. Now it's over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had watched up until it was, what was it, 34-23, and I was like, okay, it's kind of close, and then the Eagles scored, and I was like, damn, okay. And I can't remember what I went to go do, but I went to go run some errand, or do something around the house, and when I checked back again, it was 55-23, and I was like, excuse me? Because, I mean, it's a divisional game in the playoffs, so they're not going to fucking pull up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was just ugly.
They even took Saquon out and let Will Shipley score a touchdown at the end. Who the fuck is Will Shipley?
He was Clemson's running back after Travis Etienne.
Huh.
I'm
Good for
looking
him.
into him right now.
Oh, he's younger than me. I don't like that. I don't like that.
You want to know the best, like, old thing like that? So, right now in Supercross, there's a guy who's 41 years old in the 250 division named Billy Laninovich. Okay?
That's awesome.
He has 1 career win, which is 2005.
That's awesome.
Literally 20 years ago. To put that in perspective, Cole Davies, who finished 4th this week, wasn't alive for 3 years when that happened.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this was man, I'm trying to think of like how to put it into words, but it was like you always get these teams in the playoffs that it's like, man, they feel like they could do anything, they could upset the world, and then they run into like an actual juggernaut, and it's just like,
they get their shit kicked in.
Yeah, basically.
No.
Like after what they did to the Lions the week before, it was like this team can win it all, and then the Eagles were like, poor K.
What this tells me is,
me?
I think the Eagles would have beaten the hell out of the Lions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think anybody was beating the Lions, which is crazy to say, but with how they were, I think that was going to happen no matter what.
Yeah.
And also a quick shout out to Zach Ertz for randomly going off and having a 100-yard game against his former team.
Yeah, I forgot about the Zach Ertz revenge game narrative.
Yeah, and he did his part. Problem is, nobody else did theirs.
Yep. So, I mean, you got to look at the season as a whole for the Commies, though. Like, the fact that they made it all the way to the NFC title game, like, what the fuck?
They were supposed to win, like, 5 games this year.
Yeah. I think I picked them to win, like, 6, maybe 7 games, and instead they won 12. And, personally hurt me twice by stomping the Bucks and Lions in the playoffs, so thanks for that.
And made their first conference title game in over 30 years.
Yep.
And making the Cowboys look even worse.
Well, I was going to say, let's not talk about teams that haven't made conference title games in 30 years. You want to talk about me being old, or feeling old? That was the year I was born, so that's fun.
Maybe you're the curse on the Cowboys.
Dude, I'm starting to think it.
Gotta call the stadium Matt's World.
Oh God. I mean, I think about like Kyle Larson in 21 and Allgaier last year. The only times I've ever watched like my guy or my team win a title, pretty much. So it basically never happens.
Yeah, nothing does ever happen.
We all remember when I jumped on the Avalanche bandwagon and started calling them the Lanch, and then they got swept after that. So, yeah. I don't know.
Well, you could have success, but like your driver didn't kill a guy.
That is true. His head hurts though.
Yeah, well, that happens.
Ow, my noggin.
Everybody gets one special guy to be their concussion savior. Mine is Sidney Crosby.
Yeah. Mine's well. This is the worst part. It's happened to Alex Bowman now too. So I guess I'm just cursed this way.
Yeah.
I got 2. I got Dale Jr. and Patrice Bergeron.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna say Aaron Hernandez.
2.5.
I don't know. Fuck, how do we usually do this? It's been 2 weeks since we recorded a show. I'm very rusty.
Fuck it, we'll go live.
It's the dues. That's right.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I shouldn't have said that on a recording.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to say.
Okay, yeah.
Uh-oh.
We'll save it for the Patreon show. Anyway, let's go over to the dues.
Yeah, well, so a lot can happen in 2 weeks, so we'll dive right into it here. First off, Brandon Graham, who announced he was retiring at the end of the year and got a season-ending injury, is back at practice this week, so there's a chance he could come back for the Super Bowl before calling it a career. So it'd be pretty cool if he can do that. We'll see if he ends up playing, though.
Super Bowl hero.
Over the last 2 weeks, every head coaching vacancy except for the Saints has been filled. So starting off with the Jets, who picked up Aaron Glenn from the Lions. They picked up Steve Wilkes as their defensive coordinator. They also got Tanner Eggstrand, the Lions pass game coordinator, to come along as their OC. And they also filled their general manager hole with assistant GM Darren Moogie from the Broncos.
So I want to talk about Aaron Glenn real quick. First off, great signing. He was drafted by the Jets as a corner and was like a big part of their near Super Bowl run in '98. That said, I'm going to talk about this more later, but good job on Jerry Jones completely shitting the bed on this entire thing, because Aaron Glenn is from Texas and was a childhood fan of the Cowboys, played for the Cowboys, and desperately wanted to coach the Cowboys, and Jerry just never interviewed him. So, great job.
Yeah. And then also, the Raiders may have finally made a good head coaching hire, as they have now hired Pete Carroll to be their next head coach, and when he takes the field in week 1 of this season, he will become the oldest coach in NFL history, surpassing Romeo Crennel.
I love this move. I've seen a lot of people ask about, like, why is it only like a 3-year deal? And it was like, well, it's because Pete's like
he's
almost
74.
80. Yeah, he's 74. Like, he's there to basically right the ship and get it ready for the next guy.
Notably as well, they retained Patrick Graham as defensive coordinator, and they also got Chip Kelly away from Ohio State to be their offensive coordinator. So this is already low-key a really decent staff.
Huh. Steven, what
if they pull this off, AFC West is going to be a bloodbath.
Well, remember when we said that at the beginning of 2022, and then the Chargers and Broncos both completely shit themselves all over the place?
Yeah, but neither of them will have Russell Wilson this time.
That is true.
That's true.
Don't count the Raiders out.
Oh God! Oh God!
Just saying.
Nathaniel Hackett, come on down.
Who made Pete? Which coach made Russell Wilson look really great? Just saying.
Never say never.
Never.
And then the Cowboys also filled their head coaching vacancy in a way that I don't think a lot of people were expecting, and that was by promoting their offensive coordinator, Brian Schottenheimer, which then proceeded to have one of the most awkward press conferences I can remember.
It's literally the Jason Garrett thing all over again.
Yeah.
So, okay, part of me, the football historian in me, I see it a little bit just because Brian is obviously Marty Schottenheimer's son, and like Marty's one of my all-time favorite coaches. And so when he talks about like calling his mom and saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna do what Dad was never able to do," like, "Oh, that tugs on my heartstrings." That said,
this is not the right move.
What are we doing here?
Great story, not a great hire.
Yeah, no.
I don't understand what the fuck Jerry Jones is doing. I don't even think he understands at this point. So, yeah. I think Matt Eberflus will make a good DC. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
this fucking team.
And their offensive coordinator is going to be the Cardinals' offensive line coach.
All right, we're gonna have 10 guys blocking on this play. Everybody's gonna block somebody.
I like that, actually. Just block and run forward and let the quarterback, move on behind them.
We're gonna have 5 linemen report as eligible every single play.
What was
And
that ancient Greek thing where they have all the shields and everything, the spikes pointing outwards?
Oh, the phalanx. I think.
The phalanx. Yeah, run a phalanx for the quarterback. That's all you need.
Are you allowed to have a spear on the field?
Spider white suit phalanx.
Just tape up their arms that are like giant clubs.
Ooh, that's a good idea. All right.
Why aren't they hiring me? I'm already better than him.
Yeah. I'm equally as qualified.
I think we should tape the ball to a horse and just have a horse run downfield.
That's just John Elway.
Anyway.
And then the last head coaching vacancy that has been filled is also one of our 2 WTF or What the Football moments of the week. And that is the Jaguars talking to Liam Cohen, and Liam Cohen saying, "Nah, I don't really feel like it." And the Bucs saying, "Okay, we're going to make you the highest paid offensive coordinator in the NFL." And Liam Cohen said, "Okay." And then Sean Khan said to Liam Cohen, "Hey, if we fire our general manager, will you come back?" And Liam Cohen said, "Okay." so they fire Trent Baalke, who it seems like nobody wanted to fucking work with. And then Liam Cohen said, "Okay, I'll be your head coach." And then he proceeded to have the worst rendition of Duval anybody has ever fucking done in the history of ever.
Fuck, I forgot to put it on my soundboard. It's so good.
What the hell was all of this?
So, some extra details about this story, right? So, when the Bucs made their offer to Liam Cohen because they knew he was talking to the Jaguars, they said, like, if you take a second interview, like, this deal's off the table, right? And so he, like you said, initially turned them down. And there was, like, the day before this happened, Shad Khan was on a fucking, like, Zoom call press conference, and he was talking about their coaching search, and he literally, like, hinted at, he was like, if we have to fire Trent Baalke, we will, while Trent Baalke was on the call, just sitting there, like, wait, what?
It's okay.
So then, they make that deal, and then Cohen basically gets on a plane, like, immediately to go to Jacksonville. And I'm pretty sure, like, somebody from the Bucs tried to call him and he was just not answering. It's like, this whole thing is a fucking mess.
Didn't he say his kid was sick or something?
Yeah, that's what it was. It's so weird. God.
Just all of this is
nonsense.
Just bizarre.
Yeah. God, you just fucking replied to the picture of him doing the Duval thing.
The Jags are going 0-17 for that alone.
It's so bad. Which, to be fair, the rest of his press conference was much better. But yeah,
but no one's remembering
that's,
the rest of his press conference.
Yeah, and the thing people have also pointed out is like we all remember that like Nick Sirianni had a infamously terrible press conference. Dan Campbell's left everybody going like, "Wait, what?" But at the same time, Adam Gase also had a really weird press conference. So
Yeah, well, that was cocaine.
yeah, that is true. Yeah,
Adam Gase had a really weird lot of things.
Extend Adam
The
Gase,
Jets
by
should
the way.
extend Adam Gase.
Yeah,
they really
yeah,
should.
yeah.
They should bring him back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
And then a lot of other coordinator hires. The Lions got the Broncos pass game coordinator John Morton to be their new OC, and they promoted their linebackers coach Kelvin Shepard to be their new DC. So we'll see how those go. Robert Saleh is back with the Niners as defensive coordinator again.
Good move.
Yeah.
I can't believe the league just said, yeah, let's let the guy with all the chemistry go back to the team he built it with. So, sure, man. The Pats hired the Lions defensive line coach Terrell Williams as their DC, and there's interim head coach Thomas Brown as our pass game coordinator. So, I mean, okay. It's not DeMarcus Covington, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Mike Vrabel's got a pretty decent staff going. I like what's going on here. And we just and Drake made us through some touchdowns in the flag football Pro Bowl, so that, it's going good.
Yeah.
You know, my first thought hearing Thomas Brown was like, I don't know about that with the Bears, but like, he was the third in the chain and eventually became the head coach, just without doing anything.
He was already the interim offensive coordinator, and then they just handed the entire fucking ship over to him.
Yeah,
he was literally
into that role.
He was literally the Gerald Ford of the Bears.
Please don't make me head coach. guys, please, I don't want to.
Shane Waldron is Spiro Agnew.
God damn it.
Oh, man. This has been Nixon Sides.
Can't believe Jaden Daniels tapped into the DNC's headquarters that one night.
Landover Gate.
Jesus Christ.
Speaking of the Bears, they brought in Dennis Allen to be their next defensive coordinator. I like that move a lot, personally.
Wait, we have word from Liam Cohen on the situation. Liam?
Duval.
There we go.
Dear God.
Anyway.
That's like nails on chalkboard.
Duval.
Christ. Yeah, I like the Dennis Allen move. He's always been a solid coordinator, just has never been able to make it work as a head coach.
Yeah.
So I think with a new guy like Ben Johnson, perfect guy to have on your staff. And the Bengals brought in Notre Dame defensive coordinator Al Golden to be their next DC. Interesting move there. I think there were definitely worse options, like keeping who they had. So
yeah,
definitely have to see how that one turns out. The Ravens signed their OC Todd Monken to a contract extension, so nobody will be touching him for a couple of years. And then this one happened kind of late. The Texans fired Bobby Slowick after their divisional round loss.
Yeah, I heard some rumblings about that all season with how much of a step back that CJ Stroud took and just how flat their offense was for most of the year. Just goes to show how much stuff changes in a year, because last year everybody was hyping him up as like the next great head coaching candidate, and
now he's out of a job.
Yep.
And they also fired their offensive line coach, Chris Strausser, but they hired Nick Caley, the Rams tight ends coach, to be their next OC. So that hole has already been filled. And the Bucs, to replace Liam Cohen, promoted their pass game coordinator Josh Grizzard to be their next OC. The Rams informed Cooper Kupp that he will be traded this offseason, which is a bit of a shocker.
His tweet about it is very strange. because there were some rumblings that he was upset about his diminished role in the offense, that he wasn't the number one guy anymore. I'm trying to find his tweet that he had, but it's odd. God damn, I can't find it now.
I would be okay with the Patriots taking a flyer on him.
Yeah.
I would be cool with that. But
so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. And then also, Myles Garrett requested a trade from the Browns, which I don't think surprises anybody. But if I were a Browns fan, I would be like just losing my motherfucking shit right now.
Very funny.
So I've heard a theory that this might be the Browns like saving face, or basically saying like, well, part of it kind of doesn't make sense, because like if the Browns trade Myles Garrett before the trade or before the draft, like money wise, they're absolutely fucked for this year. But if they trade him after, like, it's a much better situation. The problem is, why the fuck would you trade the best player on your team after the draft and get basically nothing to make you better this year? So if it's them trying to like make their cap situation better, and they're just like, hey Miles, why don't you just make it seem like you're upset with us, and that'll make it work better. I don't know. It's a fucked situation, but like, I mean, he kind of hinted at it throughout the year, so...
Yeah, he doesn't want to be part of a rebuild, and I understand that. He's still in his prime right now.
Yeah.
I don't blame him whatsoever.
So.
And at this point, if you're the Browns, I think you just trade him now, get max value, even though it'll fuck your cap for a year, and just take Abdul Carter in the draft and start all over.
Their cap's already fucked. How are they going to fuck it even more?
That is true.
You might as well just rip the Band-Aid off and do it.
I have heard that, I mean, this year's quarterback class is not supposed to be as strong. And so one of the theories that people have of like, maybe they'll wait till after the draft to trade Myles Garrett and really stock up for next year and just kind of tank and then try to get Arch Manning. So
I think everybody's going for Arch Manning.
Yeah, that's the problem, is everybody has that same plan. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand what they're doing, but it makes me happy.
They're going to trade him to the Chiefs, aren't they?
Don't say it. No, don't say that. Unsay that.
Fuck, what was it? Oh yeah, imagine also if you're Andrew Berry and you get fired after this upcoming season, because you're the guy who gets to say, yeah, I was the guy who, you know, wasted Nick Chubb's prime, and I was the guy who got rid of Baker Mayfield and Myles Garrett, and I'm also the guy that traded for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
So, way to go, Browns.
Wonder what John Dorsey's doing these days.
Yeah, what is he doing? I'm gonna look him up.
He is on the Lions as a personnel executive.
That explains a lot.
Yes, it does.
That explains so much. Huh.
Boy, does it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Also had 2 retirements. Micah Hyde of the Bills announced his retirement after 12 seasons, and Mason Crosby, who did not play this past year, also retired after 16 years with the Packers, and then 1 random game with the Giants that nobody else will remember 5 years from now.
God damn. I was gonna say, I had like a vague memory of him playing for somebody else, but I couldn't remember who.
Yeah. The Giants have had a hell of a kicker run the last couple seasons, with Graham Gano getting hurt over and over again.
Yeah.
And then we have 2 stories here at the end that really aren't pleasant to talk about, but they are news and they are relevant. So the first of which is Justin Tucker has been accused of inappropriate sexual behavior by at least 6 different massage therapists in Baltimore.
Dude, the crazy thing about this is Darren Ingram, friend of the show, has been posting a lot of tweets from like 2021 that have been turning up of people talking about him being banned from massage places.
I
Yeah,
did
this
see
was an
some of
open
those.
secret.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised it took this long for this to come out with how long people have been talking about it.
Makes you think about the struggles he had this season.
You know, now that you say that, that would make sense.
Yeah, it's I don't want to comment on like, oh, you hope for whatever. I hope justice is properly served if this is true. So,
Yeah, the
You know,
NFL's looking into it. Goodell put out a statement already because they asked him
No.
about it at the Super Bowl media week. So
yeah, and
I know a
hope
team he
that...
could go to.
Jesus Christ.
What's the team from The Longest Yard called? They could probably use a kicker. Anyway,
And then the other one of these stories is this is also one that had been known, but new details came out about it, and that is the Saints aiding the Archdiocese of New Orleans when the sex abuse scandal came out for them. Some of the details in there are fucking jarring.
so do we know? Or I haven't really looked too much into this. Was there? I'm assuming this is during the Tom Benson era before he passed away.
I think some of it was during it and some of it was after.
This has
Jesus.
been recent, like up to about 2018, I think.
Oh shit. Yeah, this is a. I've heard rumors that oh my god, what's Tom Benson's widow's name? She's the current owner
Gail.
of the Gail Benson. Thank you. I've heard some rumors that she has been like pretty hands off with the team, and then like this offseason she started to get more involved. And part of me wonders, like, is the NFL gonna step in like a Donald Sterling type of situation and force her to sell like
I
before
think they
she can even
should.
do anything? They should, absolutely.
They should.
With now that this has come
But-
out, if this is all proven, that she should not be involved in anything with the league anymore.
Yeah.
So
But,
again, oh god, sorry.
But this is straight from the ESPN article that was released on this 2 days ago. So all of this is stuff that was revealed in the emails that were released that were within the Saints system. Saints executives were so involved in the church's damage control that a team spokesman briefed his boss on a 2018 call with the city's top prosecutor hours before the church released a list of clergymen accused of abuse. The call, the spokesman said, quote, allowed us to take certain people off the list.
Yeah. And this was
Good
done
God.
with Saints emails, like on their own networks.
The team's president, Dennis Lauscha, drafted more than a dozen questions that Archbishop Gregory Amen should be prepared to answer as he faced reporters. So it was like basically trying to limit the damage as much as possible. And the Saints were completely involved in it.
Oh yeah, I just came across the part here. The
Team officials were among the first people outside the church to view that list, a carefully curated yet undercounted roster of suspected pedophiles. The disclosure of those names invited civil claims against the church and drew attention from federal and state law enforcement.
Yeah, it's I'm just now like doing more reading on it, and it's an extremely uncomfortable and disturbing situation.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so obviously you're going to be hearing about this a lot in the next few months. We'll just say that.
And one other thing I want to bring up about this, the Greg Bensel, the Saints senior vice president of communication, also worked his contacts in the local media to help shape the story. He had friendly email exchanges with a Times-Picayune columnist who praised the Archbishop for releasing the clergy list. He also asked the newspaper's leadership to keep their communications confidential, not for publication, nor to share with others. His emails revealed that the Advocate, after Amond privately complained to the publisher, removed a notice from one online article that had called for clergy abuse victims to reach out.
Good God.
That might be one of the worst parts.
Yeah.
That like just bad all around. And for a team that already had the Bountygate scandal in the last 15 years, and that has had stories about this come up already in recent years. Not a good look whatsoever.
Yeah, and the crazy thing too is that, I mean, much like the Bountygate thing, this is going to be one of those things that reshapes the narrative around the Saints of the 2000s, because the narrative around them has been like, this is the team that was like a symbol of the revitalization of New Orleans after Katrina, and to think that this shit has been going on in the background the whole time it's disturbing.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's like pretty much anything to do with Penn State football past 50 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just puts that funk over the whole thing.
Yeah. The people of New Orleans deserve better.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and they've been talking to Kellen Moore about maybe becoming their head coach, and it sounds like they might be meeting him with him again after the Super Bowl. I really do wonder if this potentially has any influence on whether he takes that job or not.
Yeah, I don't know how you take this job at this point.
Someone has to, obviously, but would you want that for yourself, for your own personal career, to be the head coach of a team with that hanging over its head?
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to what I was talking about when Ron Rivera became coach of the Washington teams towards the end of Dan Snyder's era, and how just beat down he looked from having to obviously it wasn't the only thing he was dealing with, but he had to deal with, we lost another game, also I have to be the PR guy for my fucking criminal boss, right?
Yeah.
And what coach is going to want to take that on right now, especially if it's somebody like Kellen Moore, who's a first-time head coach?
Yeah, or when Bill O'Brien went to Penn State, where that was his first head coaching experience too, and it worked out okay for him in Houston, but it was a huge personal risk doing that.
Yeah. So, obviously you'll be hearing more about this later. We won't go too more into it because I feel like it might be a little out of our purview for the kind of operation we run around here.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I hope the Saints never win another game as long as Gail Benson's the owner.
Yeah.
And she should have to sell the team. And you know what? The NBA should step in and make her sell the Pelicans too. Just remove her from everything.
Yeah, she's got to go.
Because even if she wasn't involved, that's you're still responsible for what happens underneath you.
Yep.
So, yeah. On a lighter note, our other WTF moment of the week is the NFL is considering a move to measure first downs electronically, but the balls are still going to be spotted manually, which kind of defeats the whole purpose. But I also wonder why this comes up and why it didn't come up at the time that it did.
Yeah. The NFL loves to have a reactionary, half-assed measure to be like, oh, we'll try this. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, we'll go back to what we were doing. Look at the aforementioned pass interference challenging rule.
If I had a nickel for every time the NFL changed a rule after the Bills lost to the Chiefs in the playoffs, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice.
Yeah. I know a big part of why officiating is the way it is and why it's not as electronic as it could be is because of, the officials union and things like that. But I don't understand how we can only make... Actually, no, just see my rant earlier from this, but we can only make incremental progress when we have the technology to solve this problem. So, make it make sense.
And on this day in football history, there were 3 different Super Bowls. The first of which was the Steelers defeating the Seahawks in Super Bowl 40.
Yeah. Surely no questionable officiating in that game either.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. No. Antoine Randall L, baby.
Giants also defeated the Patriots 21-17 in Super Bowl 46. Which, of course, the infamous Mario Manningham catch down the sideline.
Live reaction from Dewey.
Right. Which, I have to be totally honest, the Manningham catch will always piss me off more than the helmet catch does. Like, genuinely, that will always get me more mad.
Well, have you ever seen the fucking Bill Belichick mic'd up clip of that?
I don't think I have, actually.
Before that drive, he was literally like talking about doubling their other receiver, and he was like, "Make him throw to Manningham," and then they just like hard cut it to that catch.
Oh, Jesus. But it's okay, because also on this day in 2017, the Patriots infamously came back from 28-3 to defeat the Falcons in Super Bowl 46. Or, yeah,
51.
51, I can't count. Super Bowl 51. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the wrong sound.
I remember being
There it
at
is.
a bar near my grandparents' house watching that Super Bowl, and when it got to, I think, 21-3 at halftime, about half the people in the bar left. And when the Falcons scored in the third to go up 28-3, me and everybody I went there with left, and like basically everyone else that was in the bar cleared out. The place was basically empty. We it took us like 5 minutes, I think, to get back to my grandparents' house, and I think they'd cut it to 28-9 by then. And then me and my grandfather and my cousin just watched the fourth quarter in their living room, and it is still the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen in a sporting event. Just that whole sequence was nuts.
I'm still mad that I missed this game because I had to fucking work, thanks Panera Bread. So I was just like following the score every 20 minutes on my phone. Yeah.
Like, honestly, even after every score they did, it was like, man, they still don't have a lot of time to do this. And it was like, then they got the 2-point conversion to make it 28-20, and I was like, oh, like, this might be fucking happening now. And then they get the, like, dude, the thing that still blows my mind the most about this is Julio Jones making the toe tap catch to get them in the field goal range,
dude.
and they got knocked out of field goal range because of the sacks. Like, the Falcons did everything in their power to not score the rest of that game, and even a field goal would have been enough to win the game.
There was 5 Points Vids, the YouTube channel, ran a simulation where he was like, what if after they went up 28-3, the Falcons kneeled on the ball every single play? What would happen? And they won.
That's ridiculous. That's actually ridiculous.
Like, he basically made it, he was like, we're going to do it, you know, like, the Patriots drives will still happen exactly the same, but he's like, can the Falcons run out the clock by kneeling and not turning it over before the Patriots complete the comeback? And the answer was yes.
Yeah, because one of the biggest factors in that was the strip sack by Donta Hightower. If that doesn't happen, they don't even get that other drive to even make it, I think, 28-12, I want to say it was.
I think so, yeah.
Just... And the fucking Edelman catch with 2 minutes left over the 3 defenders, and, like... I just can't believe all of that was already 8 fucking years ago. Like, it doesn't feel that long at all. And
time flies.
that will forever be my favorite Super Bowl win. Nothing will ever top that. The Pats could win the Super Bowl next year, and it won't ever.
Must be nice being able to pick which of your Super Bowls is your favorite. It'd be nice to see one.
Yeah,
eventually.
I have 2.
I mean, it's funny because you root for a team of 5 and you weren't alive for fucking any of them.
They won their last one when I was like 6 months old, and then it was like, all right, that's enough joy.
Oh, I don't like that. Actually, it doesn't matter because I was born. I wasn't born yet.
Yeah, you guys weren't even a fucking thought yet.
Yeah,
I was never a thought.
Speaking of,
that's just sad.
I just kind of happened.
Speaking of the Super Bowl,
congrats!
It's time for the final pick they thems of the season. My fucking record in the playoffs is goddamn horrendous. I've lost all 3 locks. I have I think a 4-8 record, or no, sorry, a 4-11 record in the playoffs so far. I got both games last week wrong. The vibes are continuing to deteriorate. Steven, you are meanwhile, let's see, it's 11, 1. You're 12-3.
All right.
Basically, the complete opposite of me. So you
I?
have, however, locked the Steelers for the Super Bowl in advance.
I'm sticking with that.
Yeah. So I guess it comes down to Dewey and I.
Let's see what is my record through the playoffs here? 6-1 in the wild card round, 9-3. I'm 11-4.
Actually,
Not bad. Not
I
bad.
wonder if the homepage shows. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah. You guys are 12-3 and 11-4, and I am 4-11.
Ouch.
So, a win percentage of 267. Well, I'm gonna look at my record for each individual team. I am 9-1 picking the Chiefs, and 7-1 picking the Eagles. Shit. Okay. God, I don't.
I'm 12-0 picking the Chiefs, and I'm 10-1 picking the Eagles. Jesus Christ!
I don't want to pick the Chiefs, but they're gonna win. They just are. Nothing ever happens. They're gonna get the 3-peat.
I like how there's already been a bunch of people that have said if they 3-peat, it's going to cement Mahomes as the greatest of all time, and it's like, you just don't know fucking ball.
Yeah, like it takes a whole team to win Super Bowls. Like,
but you know
Dan
what,
Marino only got to 1.
Yeah, but honestly, it doesn't fucking matter what Patrick Mahomes does in the rest of his career, because Tom Brady already beat him in a Super Bowl, and Tom Brady already beat him in a conference championship game. You can't be called the greatest of all time if the guy you're trying to beat as the greatest of all time, you lost to in the playoffs twice. Be so fucking for real.
Shit, he's got you there.
That being said, nothing ever happens. I'm locking the Chiefs.
Well, I guess for the sake of being different, I'll lock the Eagles then.
I hope I'm wrong. Full disclosure, I hope I'm wrong.
Got 2
Fly
Pennsylvania teams in our pick'ems this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
We've got a 2/3 shot at getting this right, Steve.
You're gonna be surprised. Just you wait.
And it's Justin Fields with a steel chair.
The shadow. You think you see Andy Reid? No, that's Arthur Smith.
Oh God, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it's the Andy Reid revenge game. But then, wait, no, because so now it's a Nick Sirianni revenge game because they lost the Super Bowl last time they played.
Yeah.
Next up, you should pick the Pirates to win the World Series.
That's not happening.
Yeah, it's.
I know better than that.
It's also the Jeremy Maclin Bowl.
Oh yeah,
sure.
The didn't LaShawn McCoy play for both of them too?
He did.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That was an episode of Oofsides, I guess.
Wait, we didn't pick Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, Dieter Brock.
Genuinely, I don't think it's going to be Mahomes.
I'm gonna go Saquon.
Kendrick.
True.
Oh,
true.
It is gonna be Kendrick Lamar. Yeah.
The least valuable player, Drake.
He's gonna win the MVP.
Well, for him, the P might stand for something else.
Oh, no. All right. Well, we should probably wrap the show up then before this goes too far. This has been another episode of Oofsides. I was
Stroking
gonna say
coordinates probably Oofsides.
I was gonna say you can follow us wherever, but
do you really want to do that?
No, like I don't have Twitter on my phone anymore, and I'm probably gonna be deleting my account soon. So you can follow me nowhere. Don't follow me. Yeah.
I don't like that.
Leave me alone.
Do not perceive me. I have
out
no
of my
pronouns.
house.
Do not refer to me.
Any other closing thoughts, you guys?
My pronouns are Drake May.
and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Whoa.
That was unhinged.